Chapter 11. The British Rule. Vasco da Gama. In the ancient times, spices, pearls, silk and gold of India were very popular in many countries across the world. Many of them had good trade relations with India. In 1498, Vasco da Gama, an explorer from Portugal, discovered a direct sea route from Europe to India by sailing around Africa. Look at the given map to understand his sea route. The Portuguese landed at Calicut, now called Kozhikode, in Kerala, and started trade in spices. The Dutch, the English, and the French followed and set up their own trading centers. To control the trade in India and earn more profits, traders soon started fighting amongst themselves. The East India Company. British East India Company was established in 1600 by the British traders. In this book, when we talk of the East India Company, we mean only the British East India Company. Gradually, the East India Company gained significant control over trade in India and became wealthy. They defeated their other European rivals. The Battle of Plassey was won by the East India Company in 1757. Victory in this battle paved the way for the British to establish their dominance over India. The Battle of Plassey. Plassey was a small town near Calcutta, now Kolkata. In 1757, Bengal was then a rich province of India. The East India Company wanted control over this province first. Without the permission of Siraj-ud-Daulah, the Nawab, ruler of Bengal, the East India Company began to maintain its own army in Calcutta, now Kolkata. The Nawab declared war on the East India Company led by Robert Clive, but was defeated due to the treachery of his own general Mir Zafar at the Battle of Plassey on 23 June 1757. The Battle of Buxar. The Battle of Buxar was a significant conflict fought on 22 October 1764, near the town of Buxar in present-day Bihar. The battle was between the British East India Company led by Major Hector Munro and a coalition of Indian rulers, including Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Bengal, Shujā-ud-Daulah, the Nawab of Awadh, Audh, and Shah Alam II, the Mughal emperor. The British East India Company decisively defeated the coalition forces. Bengal was now under total British control. This was the beginning of the British rule in India. The East India Company took advantage of the lack of unity amongst the rulers of India. They gradually defected the Dutch, Portuguese and French East India Companies and also local rulers, and established total control over the whole country. Discontentment among the Indians. The British started exploiting the people once they started ruling in different parts of India. India was a source of cheap raw materials for their factories in Britain. It also provided a huge market for factory-made goods produced in Britain. The farmers of India were forced to grow cash crops like indigo and cotton, instead of producing food crops. They bought the cash crops at very low price and exported the crops as raw materials to the factories in England. As a result, the poor farmers grew even poorer and many farmers died of starvation. Traders from India also suffered because they were not allowed to open factories and mills. Also, they were not allowed to trade in things of their choice. The British sold their machine-made goods in India at a cheaper rate. This affected the life of the Indian craftsmen who used to weave cloth by hand on looms. They could not compete with the prices of the British mill-made cloth. Millions of weavers lost their jobs. This led to the decline of Indian handicrafts. The East India Company also made new laws that helped them to expand their rule and consolidate their power over more areas in the country. The Revolt of 1857. Unjust rule of the East India Company in India created unrest among all sections of the society. The farmers, traders, soldiers and rulers were unhappy with the unfair British rule. Over the years, there were many causes that led to the revolt of 1857. One important cause, however, was the use of the Enfield rifle, a kind of gun in the British Army. The British Army in India had both Hindu and Muslim soldiers. The soldiers of India were called sepoys. The soldiers were asked to use the Enfield rifle, which used a cartridge that had to be bitten off. It was rumored that beef and pig tallow, fat, was used to grease the cartridge. This hurted the religious sentiments of both the Hindus and the Muslims alike. So, the sepoys rather revolted than used the greased cartridge. This led to a revolt. This is known in history as the Revolt of 1857 or the First War of Indian Independence. The revolt began in Meerut on 10 May 1857 and soon spread to other parts of northern and central India. After initial victories over their officers, the angry sepoys marched to Delhi. At that time, Bahadur Shah Zafar was the Mughal emperor, but had no real power. The people of India wanted Bahadur Shah Zafar to declare himself as the Emperor of India. Other rulers and popular leaders included Rani Lakshmi Bai, Nana Sahib, Tansha Tope, Begum Hazrat Mahal, Rao Tula Ram and Kunwar Singh also joined the revolt. The British suppressed the revolt forcefully in just 1 year. There were many reasons for the failure of the revolt. It was not planned and did not spread to all parts of India. The British soldiers had better arms and supplies. Though the revolt ended within a year, yet it resulted in many changes. The British government in Britain put an end to the East India Company and took the charge directly. Queen Victoria was declared the Empress of India. Princes of India were allowed to rule over their kingdoms, but they were in turn controlled by a viceroy who was appointed by the Queen. The social reforms. Many educated people of India believed that the prevailing social evils were the main cause of poor conditions of the country. They started the movements for many social and religious reforms. Some important social reformers were Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Maharshi Devendranath Tagore and Dayanand Saraswati. The Indian National Congress. The Indian National Congress, INC, was formed in 1885 to give a platform to the leaders all across India to raise their voice collectively. The first meeting of the INC was held in Bombay, now Mumbai. The INC did not initially try for independence, but instead drew the attention of the British to the problems faced by the people of India. The requests of the INC were ignored by the British. Slowly, through the efforts of various leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Lala Lajpat Rai, the demand for reforms became a mass movement. In 1905, the British divided the state of Bengal in two halves. This was done to divide and create enmity between the Hindus and the Muslims of the state. In response, leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai and Bipin Chandra Pal encouraged the common people to protest against the division. The Swadeshi and boycott movements. To force the British to withdraw their decision of partition of Bengal, the people protested against the decision and boycotted the British manufactured goods. These actions continued even later. In fact, the movement that began in Bengal spread to other parts of the country and is known as the Swadeshi and boycott movement. Goods made in Britain were boycotted and burnt. People were persuaded to buy Swadeshi, made in India, goods instead. A large number of women and students took part in the Swadeshi movement. The British tried to stop the movement with brutal beatings, shootings and imprisonment. In spite of this, the movement only grew bigger. Activities of the revolutionaries. After the partition of Bengal, many young people began adopting more radical methods to resist British rule in India. They formed groups committed to fighting the British and were prepared to sacrifice their lives for their country. These individuals came to be known as revolutionaries. The movement spread to various states across India. Important revolutionaries were Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, Khudiram Bose, Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru and Udham Singh. The movement, however, was not very successful. Since the revolutionaries resorted to violent means of protest, they were not joined by the general masses. Meanwhile, the World War I started in 1914, taking almost all countries of the world in its grip. The British now demanded that India should help in the war and hinted that India's demands would be considered after the war.